My name's Jason Knight. I'm the founder and CEO of iCompLii. My background is I'm a diesel fitter. Before that, straight out of school, I was a mechanical plumber. Ended up back in the mining industry after many years and found trouble re-accessing the mining industry. I realised that if I am having trouble to get back into an industry that I've already been a part of, what other people are going to have the same drama? One of the things that we knew from working out in the paddock was that we would constantly get locked out at the gate. We would constantly not know if our qualifications are expired unless you were getting your certificates out all the time. So eventually, we worked out that what we needed was a compliance system, and thus the idea for iCompLii was born. A worker would engage with iCompLii primarily to have a digital profile, and that becomes his portable digital profile. It also allows him to maintain all his tickets and gets a reminder when things are expiring, so he's not reliant on the company he's working for to come back and say, hey, you need to go and do your working on heights because it's going to expire. He should be in control of all that himself, even though the company might pay for it. And then the other one is when he's ready to move to a new business, iCompLii can actually refer him and make that engagement or that connection to another company that might be looking for exactly who he is. We've got one company in Mackay that's increased his invoiceables $40,000 just in the last few months, because when somebody rings him up and says, I need a boilermaker or a diesel fitter for a 2-day shift starting tomorrow, no one else can get them that quick. We can go into the iCompLii platform and say, Bill, Fred and Steve are all looking for a job and they fit those categories, go and ring those guys up so he can ring them and have them on the job the next day. So we started the website in about 2011, registered a business name, created that as Australian Mining Links. And then we went from Australian Mining Links, we started the Facebook page. We got an enormous amount of traction. That was probably in around 2012. And then from 2012 to 2014, we just grew and grew and grew. And I think by the time we listed, we were around about 200,000 followers. Probably the biggest and the most standout milestone for us would have been that for, I think, 10 months, the average was 270% growth on the website traffic. That was our biggest milestone. It just, every month it was just going higher and higher. We're watching Alexa, we're watching analytics. For the mining and resources sector in Australia, Mining Link is the largest digital media outlet. We got down to at one point 50,000th in the world as the busiest websites, which 50,000th might not sound big, but that's getting up there with the best of them. Mining Link was going to be great for the mining industry. What about even gas resources? They don't really care about what mining's doing. All the people coming into mining had to come from somewhere, so they mostly come from construction or engineering backgrounds. What we also realised was, and part of the reason why we changed from Mining Link to iCompLii, was that we need to service those other markets. So our primary targets now are mining, ag, works, which is construction and civil, because civil's a massive industry as well. Between 2011 and 2016, there's been a big shift. You know, there's a big focus on startup environments. There's co-working spaces, there's accelerators and incubators and all this other sort of stuff that's going on, which makes it a lot easier these days. In our journey coming through, we've always either been a little bit too big for what the assistance that was out there, or we haven't reached it enough. We've spoken to a few VC or venture capital funds, and everyone you speak to, even though they're talking the exact tech market that we're in, we're not the tech that they're looking for. So it's kind of interesting that they've got these little niches and very fine verticals, and I'd be interested to see what they're actually investing in. You know, we're coming from the mining sector, and the mining sector is so close to technology. They all say, oh, we need new technology, we need this and we need that, but they're also scared to take it on because it's big changes. You know, you're talking companies that are entrenched and people only employ them because they know that they do things a particular way. We've got loads of people that want to use us, but a lot of them, their processes and policies have got to change before they can use us. You know, you're cloud-based. A lot of policies say you can't use anything on the cloud, even though they might be using Xero and they just don't realise it's on the cloud. You know, like, it's quite funny, people's perceptions of what's on the cloud and what's not. I think it will just generate, over time people will just evolve. It was a big change for iCompLii because you're taking people that 5 years ago wouldn't even be on Facebook. All of a sudden you now got an iCompLii profile, you know, you're putting all your certificates online, you know, there is a trust factor there, and whilst we go out there and do everything in our power to make it safe and secure, getting that message across to somebody is hard, yeah. Funny enough, if they say, oh, who's iCompLii? I don't know you, why would I give you all my certificates and things? And then you say, well, do you know MorningLink? And they go, yeah, I know MorningLink. I said, well, guess what, we're MorningLink. And they go, oh, here's all my stuff. So, you know, because we've been around 5 years, all of a sudden there's like, that's that trust. That's different, yeah. I think it's going to get harder. I honestly think it'll get harder because you've got more and more people coming out, you've got more competition, that's more competition for money, you've got regulators trying to stamp down on how you can earn, like get funds, how you can fundraise. We're a public company and we can't take on more than 20 investors in any year, in any 12-month period that are not a sophisticated investor, you know, and again, this is where it should come down to maybe some restrictions on how much people can put in, not that they can't participate. What's the statistics is crazy. Like within 5 years, 1 out of 99 businesses succeed. You know, like that's some pretty harsh statistics, you know. And you can understand why investors invest in people, because they invest in somebody that is gonna go and do what they have to do to make it succeed, you know? To be a founder of a startup, you have to be dogmatic, you have to be pig-headed, you have to back yourself 100%. There's advisors out there that are gonna say, don't do that, you can't do that, you don't understand what's gonna happen if you do that. I spent 2 years listening to those people. About a year ago, I said, bugger it, I'm gonna do it the way I wanna do it because I know this is where I've got to get, and you don't understand why I need to go this way. Now we've grown, because I've just backed myself all the way, and I argue with people now. Less passive, I just say, you know, this is where we're going, this is how we're going to get there, and since I've done that, we're going in the right direction, and that's this way instead of this way, which is much better.